Today, on the 19th of November 2025, we gather here in this heartfelt space to remember and honor remarkable souls who have recently left us, along with those whose legacies continue to inspire. Together, we'll celebrate their journeys and also reflect on WWE legend Charlotte Flair's recent struggles that fans everywhere have connected with. Don't forget to subscribe and be a part of our growing family of remembrance and strength. Daphne, born Shannon Spruill on July 17, 1975, was a professional wrestler and actress whose presence left a lasting mark on everyone who watched her perform. She first burst onto the scene in WCW in the late 90s, where her wild, gothic punk persona immediately set her apart. With her unforgettable scream, expressive character work, and fearless energy, she became someone fans couldn't help but remember. In a world full of larger-than-life personalities, Daphne still managed to stand out. During her time in WCW, she took part in both the cruiserweight and women's divisions, proving she wasn't just a character, she was an incredibly versatile performer. After WCW closed its doors, she continued sharing her craft in various promotions, most notably TNA. There, she reinvented herself once again, delivering intense, high-impact performances that solidified her reputation as one of the most creative and committed talents in the industry. Outside the ring, Daphne also explored acting, appearing in films and television. No matter the medium, she brought the same passion and flair that wrestling fans had come to love. Her passing on September 1st, 2021, at just 46, shook the wrestling community. The news of her death, ruled a suicide, led to heartfelt tributes from colleagues, friends, and fans who admired not only her work, but the person behind the character. Daphne is remembered for her originality, her courage, and the way she inspired so many with her artistry. Her legacy lives on in the moments she created, and the people she touched. Blackjack Mulligan, born Robert John Heck on November 25, 1942, was a towering and unforgettable force in professional wrestling. Standing 6 feet 9 inches and weighing over 300 pounds, he carried an aura that made him instantly recognizable in the ring. Mulligan's wrestling journey began in the 1960s, and it didn't take long for his rugged, tough-as-nails persona to catch on with fans across multiple promotions. Known for his no-nonsense attitude and intimidating presence, Mulligan often played the role of the rough, hard-hitting cowboy. One of his most famous weapons in the ring was the sleeper hold, a move he used with precision to put even the strongest opponents to rest. Over the years, he formed memorable tag teams, including standout partnerships with his son, Barry Windham, as well as legends like Ernie Ladd and Greg Valentine. Mulligan's career was filled with success, earning him several major championships, such as the NWA United States Tag Team Championship and the WWF World Tag Team Championship. His achievements and impact on the industry were ultimately honored with his induction into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2017. But Mulligan's influence didn't stop when he stepped out of the ring. He also left his mark behind the scenes as a promoter and trainer, helping shape the next generation of wrestling talent. When he passed away at 73, the wrestling world lost not just a powerful performer, but a respected mentor and a beloved figure whose legacy still echoes through the sport. Jack Tunney, born on January 21, 1935, was one of the most recognizable figures in professional wrestling throughout the 1980s and early 1990s. A Canadian promoter with deep roots in the industry, Tunney became widely known for his on-screen role as the president of the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, during the height of the company's golden era, when Hulkamania was taking over the world. Tunney's presence added a sense of authority and legitimacy to the product that fans still remember fondly today. Although many fans knew him for his calm, authoritative announcements on television, Tunney's influence went far beyond what viewers saw. Behind the scenes, he played a major role in shaping the wrestling landscape in Canada. His business connections and promotional instincts were instrumental in helping the WWF expand across the country, ultimately supporting its transformation into a worldwide entertainment giant on screen. Tunney was often the figure who stepped in to restore order, whether he was settling disputes, making tough decisions, or announcing the stipulations for major matches. His character was always positioned as the final word. This made him a central part of countless storylines, adding weight and drama to some of wrestling's most memorable moments. After his time in the spotlight came to an end, Tunney quietly stepped away from the business. Still, his contributions continued to be felt, and he remained a respected figure among fans and industry insiders alike. Jack Tunney passed away at the age of 69, but his legacy lives on. For many, he will always be remembered as the steady, authoritative voice of an era that defined modern professional wrestling. Brody Lee, born Jonathan Huber on December 16, 1979, in Rochester, New York, was a professional wrestler whose presence was impossible to ignore. Standing 6 feet 5 inches with a rugged look and surprising agility, he began his career in 2003 on the independent circuit as Brody Lee. He quickly caught people's attention in promotions like Chikara, Dragon Gate USA, and Combat Zone Wrestling, where his intense, hard-hitting style drew comparisons to the legendary Bruiser Brody, an influence reflected in his ring name. In 2012, Huber signed with WWE and adopted the name Luke Harper. As a member of the Wyatt family led by Bray Wyatt, he became a key part of one of the most memorable factions of the era. His eerie presence, layered character work, and brutal in-ring offense made him a fan favorite. During his WWE run, he captured the Intercontinental Championship and formed a powerful tag team with Eric Rowan Still. Despite his talent, limited creative opportunities eventually pushed him to leave the company in 2019. Huber's career reached a new peak when he joined All Elite Wrestling, AEW, in 2020. Debuting as the Exalted One, the mysterious leader of the Dark Order, he immediately felt revitalized. His run as TNT champion showcased not just his in-ring ability, but the star potential many fans always knew he had. Tragically, Brody Lee passed away at just 41 due to a rare lung condition. His death shocked the wrestling world. AEW honored him with an emotional tribute show, remembering him not only as a remarkable performer, but as a deeply loved husband, father, and friend. Charlotte Flair, born Ashley Elizabeth Flair on April 5, 1986, in Charlotte, North Carolina, has long been more than just the daughter of the legendary Ric Flair. She has become one of the most influential figures in modern professional wrestling. Her life, both personally and professionally, has always been lived in a spotlight brighter than most, illuminated not only by her father's towering legacy, but by the weight of her own achievements and the countless expectations placed upon her. As a woman who stepped into wrestling not because she had to, but because she eventually discovered a passion powerful enough to withstand scrutiny, heartbreak, controversy, and physical sacrifice. Charlotte's story has evolved into one of triumph and turbulence. Throughout her career, she has cemented her name in WWE history. But along the way, she has weathered media storms, public speculation, health setbacks, financial pressure during personal transitions, and the heavy emotional cost of being a generational star constantly compared to an icon. Her journey is not just the tale of a superstar athlete. It is the story of a woman who has repeatedly rebuilt herself in front of the world. Put a legacy in the making, from rookie to dominant superstar. From the moment Charlotte Flair entered WWE's developmental system, the wrestling world watched with curiosity. Would she merely be Ric Flair's daughter trying to emulate the Nature Boy? Or would she rise as her own force of athleticism and charisma? Charlotte answered that question quickly by redefining the expectations placed on female wrestlers. Standing tall with unmatched athletic grace, she combined power, flexibility, and precision in a way that immediately distinguished her. Her early years in NXT brought a level of refinement to her craft that surprised many who assumed her success would rely solely on her last name. Winning the NXT Women's Championship marked the beginning of her meteoric rise, and once she debuted on the main roster, she became a crucial face of WWE's women's revolution. A movement that pushed women into previously male-dominated match types and main events. Charlotte's historic accomplishments, including headlining a pay-per-view, competing in the first women's Hell in a Cell match, and participating in the first Women's Royal Rumble, cemented her status as a generational talent. Yet behind her dominance lay an internal struggle, the constant pressure of being compared to her father, the unspoken expectation that she not only needed to succeed, but needed to surpass a legend. That expectation became both her fuel and her burden, pushing her to train harder, fight stronger, and deliver performances that demanded recognition. A triumphant return and the road to WrestleMania 41. When Charlotte Flair returned to WWE after a short hiatus, the excitement among fans was fierce. Her absence had created a noticeable vacuum, and the company's women's division felt incomplete without her commanding presence. Her return immediately shifted the landscape back into balance as she reclaimed her position as one of WWE's most reliable main event forces. One of her most celebrated achievements in recent years was winning the 2024 Women's Royal Rumble, a victory that symbolized not only her continued dominance, but her resilience despite personal and professional adversity. The win secured her a championship match at WrestleMania 41 against Tiffany Stratton, a rising star who represented the new generation of WWE talent. The anticipation surrounding this match became intense, fueled by the question of whether Charlotte could continue to anchor a division filled with younger, hungry wrestlers eager to carve out their own legacies. Despite facing lingering injuries, emotional exhaustion from personal upheavals, and the pressure of staying at the top in an ever-evolving industry, Charlotte's drive remained unshaken. Yet privately, she was carrying the weight of her body's wear and tear, including recurring joint pain and the long-term effects of years spent enduring punishing matches. Health issues she often downplayed publicly, but that undeniably shaped her preparation and performance. Her journey back to the biggest stage in wrestling exemplified her relentless commitment, even when her physical and mental well-being demanded recovery. Personal life and the challenges behind the curtain. While Charlotte's wrestling career has been a defining part of her public identity, her personal life has consistently been under a microscope. Her relationships dissected, judged, and often misunderstood. Charlotte's marriages, including her high-profile relationship with fellow wrestler Manuel Alfonso Andrade Oropesa, known as Andrade, have attracted significant attention. Their marriage, which lasted from 2022 to 2024, was frequently spotlighted by fans and media alike, not only because they formed a powerful duo, but because personal matters in wrestling often blur with on-screen personas. As their relationship unraveled, Charlotte found herself at the center of speculation, commentary, and intrusive curiosity. The emotional strain of the breakup took a toll, and at times she struggled to balance the demands of her wrestling career with the weight of personal upheaval. As is often the case during major life transitions, financial strain naturally crept into the picture. Legal fees, home adjustments, lifestyle changes, and career pauses all subtly influenced her stability during that period. Though she remained private about the full extent of these pressures, those close to her acknowledged that navigating a divorce while sustaining a high-profile career contributed to emotional and financial challenges that required strength far beyond what fans could see in the ring. Each of Charlotte's past marriages carried its own lessons and scars, reminding her that being in the public eye magnifies both love and loss. Rumors, nepotism talk, and the constant shadow of Ric Flair. One of the most persistent narratives surrounding Charlotte Flair is the belief held by some fans that she owes her success solely to her father's influence. Even after years of main event performances, championship wins, and physical sacrifices, a segment of the wrestling community continues to question whether she would be where she is without Ric Flair's legacy. This criticism, though deeply unfair, has followed her throughout her career. Charlotte has repeatedly expressed that while her father's legacy opened doors, it never guaranteed her longevity or her excellence. Those things came from her dedication, training, and willingness to evolve as a performer. Yet the whispers of nepotism lingered, often overshadowing her achievements. What many overlook is the pressure that comes with being a second-generation star. The comparisons are constant, the expectations unrealistic, and the judgment relentless. For Charlotte, carving her individuality meant battling not only opponents in the ring, but societal assumptions outside of it over time. These criticisms chipped at her mental well-being, as she constantly faced the emotional toll of trying to prove she was more than a surname. Still, despite the noise, Charlotte continued to outwork, outperform, and outlast many of her peers, demonstrating that legacy may open a door, but talent keeps it open. Perfect expectations and the mental strain of stardom. As one of WWE's most recognizable female athletes, Charlotte Flair has lived under the pressure of maintaining an almost unattainable standard of perfection. Fans, critics, and even colleagues often look to her as the benchmark of what a women's division star should be: strong, polished, charismatic, consistent, reliable, and flawless. Every match she wrestles, every move she performs, and every expression she makes is analyzed endlessly online. Even when she delivers performances that would be career highlights for most wrestlers, the bar is raised again for the next night. This pressure has taken a silent toll on her mental and emotional health. While she has not openly discussed specific mental health diagnoses, the strain of living inside a bubble of expectations, where even a minor slip is magnified as failure, has led to periods of fatigue, burnout, and emotional withdrawal. The nature of wrestling, where performers travel constantly and push their bodies beyond normal limits, adds to that burden. Charlotte has dealt with recurring injuries, the long-term recovery from surgeries and chronic pain that she often masks with professionalism. The physical demand, paired with emotional pressure, created seasons where she questioned her own resilience. Yet even in those moments, she continued to show up, proving that behind her perfection lies a human being fighting unseen battles. What's the ripple effects of divorce and public relationships? Charlotte's marriages and divorces have not only shaped her personal life, but also affected how the public perceives her. Her marriage to Andrade, which fascinated fans due to their on-screen and off-screen chemistry, became a frequent target for social media rumors and gossip. After their separation, fans and commentators began to speculate about how her emotional state would affect her in-ring performance. Charlotte, a fiercely private individual in many respects, had to navigate heartbreak while maintaining her composure in a career where showing vulnerability is often mistaken for weakness. The logistics of divorce, including financial negotiation, shared assets, shifting household responsibilities, and emotional healing, added complexity to a life already overloaded with travel and performance demands. Even if she continued to excel professionally, behind the scenes she faced financial adjustments and emotional strain that naturally accompany major life changes. While Charlotte always emphasized that her personal struggles never hindered her ability to perform, the truth was more nuanced. She carried personal weight even during her brightest professional moments, proving her strength extended far beyond her physicality. Accusations of favoritism and the politics of wrestling within the wrestling community, debates about backstage favoritism are common, and Charlotte Flair is often placed at the center of those conversations. Critics argue that WWE management frequently positions her as a top star at the expense of other talented wrestlers. Rumors circulate that she is protected behind the scenes or that storylines are crafted to maintain her dominance. However, anyone familiar with wrestling understands that success requires far more than management support. It demands the endurance to stay healthy, the charisma to engage audiences, and the discipline to perform at the highest level multiple times a week. Charlotte's consistency, despite injuries, emotional challenges, and public pressure, is the true reason she remains a cornerstone of WWE's women's division. Yet the favoritism narrative has at times contributed to friction with fans and colleagues alike. It also adds to the emotional load she carries, knowing that no matter how hard she works, some will always believe she was handed opportunities rather than earning them. The politics of wrestling, like any entertainment industry, are complex, but Charlotte's longevity demonstrates that talent and reliability ultimately shape careers, not rumors. Conclusion: the unbreakable will of Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair's story is a rare blend of triumph and vulnerability. She has carved her name into wrestling history through relentless determination, unmatched athleticism, and the courage to keep going even when every part of her life, personal, physical, emotional, and financial, seem to be shifting beneath her. As she continues her journey to WrestleMania 41 and beyond, she does so not as the flawless queen fans often project onto her, but as a human being who has overcome heartbreak, health issues, burnout, public judgment, and the heavy weight of legacy. Whether fans love her, criticize her, or compare her to her father, one truth remains undeniable. Charlotte Flair has earned her place through grit, resilience, and an unwavering spirit. Her legacy, still unfolding, is not simply about championships. It is about endurance, reinvention, and the courage to rise every time the world watches her fall.